All right, let's get this shit fucking started, god damn it. Long time no see. I haven't felt like I've talked to you guys in I don't know how long. Maybe like months. Just a simple sit down and talk. This is my last Q&A. Or my last video, Yoga and Lay video. But it feels good to be able to just sit down and talk to you guys, answer some questions. I feel like I need to do a lot more than that. But yeah, let's get to this fucking Q&A. You guys have asked me some questions on Instagram. Let's get to answering them. If you hear any chirping, it's my ducks. I got 2 baby ducks right now. I have another one full grown, but maybe I'll show you them at the end of the video. All right, let's get to it. Where are these questions at? We're gonna go all the way to the bottom and we're gonna start answering these motherfuckers. All right, what are you currently running as far as gear? So right now, just this baby. Right now, I am currently running 300 milligrams testosterone enanthate. I'm keeping the testosterone lower than usual. Yeah, not really bulking, more going for a lean bulk. So 300 milligrams. And then the second compound is going to be boldenone cypionate, or known as EQ. But this is the faster acting boldenone. That's the original compound name. So it's just like equipoise, but it kicks in a lot faster and is a bit more. There's a bit more milligram per milligram of the compound in it compared to equipoise. So I'm running that at 1,000 milligrams, and then I am running Mastron enanthate at 600 milligrams. So that is the total cycle. So far, I've been 2 weeks in it, and it's been one of my favorites as of cycles I've ran in a long time. So you can see the gains, not too bad, right? If I could compare the gains, I would say boldenone is closer to Primo Bolin, but a bit thicker and rounder. Definitely a lot more full. Still lean looking, like it's not puffy as testosterone or as a few other compounds, but it's a bit thicker. It's kind of like, if I could compare it in between, it's like a Deca and Mastron, but somewhere in the middle. But closest comparison is beefier Primo Bolin. Any side effects so far with the cycle? None at the moment. 2 weeks in on it. Energy levels are amazing. I swear to God, I've ran equipoise one other time around 6 to 8 months ago during the classic TikTok DTREN phase with the beard, the mullet, tan as fuck. I didn't really notice it too much because I was also running a good amount of tren and high testosterone. But now that I'm running it and it's kind of, it's the main hitter of my cycle, I've noticed a lot of energy in the gym, tons of endurance. I mean, my workouts are a lot faster because I just don't rest. I just keep going and going and going, and my pumps are really nice. So if you like doing high volume, this is a compound for you. Strength isn't bad at all, but it's more realistic strength. It's not like crazy anadrol or trend strength. It's more like strength that is like kind of like natural from you just lifting and progressing over time. And the gains are definitely more full. Definitely more full. The Mastron helps with keeping a little bit of the water weight down, vascularity, and aggression. It's an androgen, so it's going to help with aggression in the gym, and it's overall just a feel-good compound. Kind of stims me out. Equipoise does the same. I'm kind of just all over the place. Not everyone likes it, but so far I've been loving it. I've had so much energy. I felt really good. And it also has a good calming effect on me too. So when I'm running boldenone, I notice I don't really get nearly as mad or as agitated as easily as other compounds such as a tren or a Primo. And the testosterone, it's fine at 300. I haven't really had a need for AI. There's one side effect I've noticed quite a bit that is a bit unusual with me is sweating. I usually don't sweat a lot. In fact, I haven't really sweat much in the past 6 or 7 months, but lately I've noticed I've been sweating a lot in the gym, especially when I sleep. When I'm sleeping, I noticed I will wake up in the morning or at night and my pillow will be fucking drenched. So I notice I'm sweating a lot. Not really sure why it is. It could be from water retention, or it could be from the estrogen conversion that boldenone does have into E1. But I don't really know why, but it doesn't really matter. I kind of like sweating, just not when I'm sleeping, but in the gym, it looks nice. It's a bit more anabolic. The Stacy's love it. Okay. Who's your favorite bodybuilder? I think everyone knows this. Arnold Schwarzenegger, my favorite bodybuilder of all time, by far. And after that would be Callum. And then after that, I would probably say Kevin Levrone and Serge Nubret and maybe Sergio Oliva. I like the golden era bodybuilders. How is DTREN doing? I'm doing really good. As you guys could tell, I'm starting to get back into content. Just to be honest with you guys, I would say the last 4 or 5 months, I was super down. Like, I don't know why. A big part of it was probably my hormones, but I just felt so out of it. And a month or two before this, I was probably at the lowest I've ever been in my life in terms of just how I felt. Like, my energy levels were tanked. I was always just in a bad mood, always kind of sad and depressed. Definitely hormone related too. From running Primo bowling, I noticed it had that effect on me. But it was really, really bad, really rough. Got to the point that I just took a break off of YouTube. I had no desire to film or make TikToks for a month and a half or two. And yeah, I didn't really have much people to talk to, but it was shitty. It was really shitty. But this past 2 or 3 weeks, I've been feeling 100 times better. Like 100 times better. It feels like a cloud just got lifted off of my head. And I feel like how I felt when I first started TikTok. You know, that's kind of how I feel, the energy levels. So those 4 or 5 months, I just wasn't myself. You know, I didn't have any energy. I was always grumpy. I was always sad, like every day. I had no energy levels to the point that I would take Adderall every single morning just to get out of bed. I'm no longer doing that. So yeah, it was just it really sucked, and I didn't really know where I was going with my life, and I didn't have the best reactions to some things because I just felt like shit. But all I can say is I'm glad that I'm not feeling like that anymore, and that, you know, I'm focused on continuing to do what, you know, you guys love me doing, is making videos, making content, and just fucking off and uplifting you guys. But since we're on the topic of it, Primo bowling was a great compound for me physically. Probably the compound that made me look the best out of any compound I've taken in my life. Way better than DTREN, way better than high test, all of them. The compound, it made me look the leanest out of anything. But it was the absolutely worst for my mental state. I had no energy. I was lethargic all the time. I was sad. I felt depressed. Nothing. I had no pleasure in life at all. Not food, not going to the gym, not doing anything. Just no pleasure, and my sex drive was absolutely tanked. And it wasn't just an E2 issue, because once I did ramp up my testosterone, and I would throw D-ball in there, which usually would make me feel really good, especially with my sex drive, you know, it didn't do shit, and I just felt weird. I just felt like, man, the results were amazing, and that's why I continue to run it, but my mental was the worst it ever was in my entire life. Way worse than DTREN. DTREN fucks with me too eventually, but at least on DTREN, I still get shit done. You know, even if I feel like shit, I still go to the gym. On Primo, a lot of days I wouldn't even want to train. I would just skip the gym, especially legs. I was not training for a good probably month and a half or two. I probably would skip the gym a good 3 days a week, and that is not how I am at all. It's crazy. These past 3 weeks, I've been going every day, 6 days a week, 1 rest day, legs twice a week. I've been training really hard, way better training. And it's just like, wow. You know, it's a great compound physically, but mentally, man, that shit fucked me. That's usually not a usual response. I have a friend who's running Primo right now. I gave him like 3 of my Primo vials, and I didn't want to run it anymore. And he's looking really good. But I noticed he's starting to get a bit more agitated too, and kind of just out of it. He's running 700 tests, 400 Primo, and it has made him really strong. It has made his physique better, but I've noticed he's just kind of more agitated. He's thinking of tossing it after being on it for 6 or 7 weeks, which sucks, because that shit is expensive, and it's a really good compound physically. But I've noticed with a few people, when they run it, it makes them feel like shit. Some people, it makes them feel really good. But I like having a sex drive, goddammit. Having no sex drive is terrible. Thoughts on industry beef? You know, it's always going to be there. There's always going to be industry beef. My thoughts on it, I don't feel like it's that important. Yeah, it's good for views here and there, maybe riling people up, choosing sides, all that kind of stuff. I feel like at the moment, people don't really care about beef right now. They just want solid content that's going to motivate them and get their asses in the fucking gym. Okay, so in terms of beef, I don't think it's really not that important. Maybe every once in a while it's fun. But I asked a question on my Snapchat a few days ago, what's your guys' current stance on the industry? And I had maybe 90 responses, and 99% of them, maybe 98, were like, it's mid, it's not really fun right now, it's boring, way too much unnecessary drama, why can't people come together? And, it makes sense. As influencers, we should come together, and people want to see us come together and do collabs and make banger content. You know what I mean? And I believe so as well. I believe so. More of us should get together, make some content, hang out, and that's what the people want. We do this for you guys. Drama and stuff, that's not really serving any purpose. If anything, that's just usually ego or hatred or envy. And at the end of the day, that's not really helping anyone. All right, bro, keep up what you're doing. You're great at that shit, big dog. Is Dmaa worth it? If you like lifting on it, it is worth it. If you want to train for strength or hit a PR, it will certainly help you do that. I was a big fan of DMAA. It was one of my favorite compounds to take, but you can't take it very often. I would say max once, sometimes 2 times a week. It's not one of those compounds that you could take every day, because eventually your body's is gonna just get used to it, and you're probably gonna feel like shit. Usually I would get a heavy crash, and it would kind of mess with my appetite. But it is fun. It is fun to take every once in a while. Let's say you're gonna do a crazy arm day with a friend, or you just wanna go in the gym and tear it up. I will say one thing though, if you're gonna have a Stacy over that same day, you better have some Cialis on hand, or you better just not take it. Because even with Cialis, you take a DMAA, your Johnson's max 75% capacity. Okay, without Cialis, you're probably whopping 60%. So yeah, just keep that in mind. If you're having a Stacy over and you're trying to get down and dirty, just remember that this DMAA is gonna affect your fucking performance. God damn it, Johnson's not gonna be working at its full capacity. Don't ask me why it does that. It just does. It's a very hard stimulant. Give it a day or so. If you do take it the next day, you should be fine. Are you ever going to try any Rise products? Yeah, probably down the line. I haven't really been trying any products. As you guys know, I'm with Huge Supplements. Main pre-workout is Wrecked. I like their protein as well. But I've heard about Rise. I heard that it's actually pretty good. They kind of had a weird reputation for a while, but now it seems like they're getting a better reputation. So no, I haven't tried anything, but maybe down the line. Their pre-workouts look pretty solid, and if you guys know me, I love solid pre-workout. So who knows? Maybe down the line I will. What's the first thing that you do first? In terms of waking up in the morning, I usually pin my tip. Or usually I don't do that. Have some coffee, sit down and watch some videos, reply to DMs, Snapchats. I'll take some of my supplements like blood pressure medication. I've always had blood pressure as a high, even as a natural, so I want to keep that in check. So I take stuff like that. I pin my growth hormone, usually 3 IUs, fast for a little bit for an hour or two, cup of coffee, make some content on TikTok or whatever, or just talk to people in my Discord. So usually it's pretty peaceful. I like just having a cup of coffee, black, and yeah, I'll do that and sit down, make some content. Does gear trend actually affect anything with your Johnson tip or his friends? Well, of course, your balls are gonna shrink no matter what on gear. Some people more than others. I never really had much to begin with, so when I got on gear, funny thing, they actually got bigger and then smaller, so it really doesn't bother me. It shouldn't bother you either. People don't really care. Women don't care how big your balls are. If anything, makes your Johnson look bigger anyway. Common rich piano quote, Johnson hangs lower than your balls. That's a good thing. You want that. It makes it look even bigger, so fuck it. Do you ever have times where you're inconsistent at the gym, not going as much? Yeah. A few months ago when I was on Primo, as I told you guys earlier, I was sometimes skipping it fucking 3 times a week. Some days I'd get in there, I was just kind of feeling down. I didn't want to talk to anyone or be seen. I was just avoiding people, and I would do like one set or two, and I'd sit up, I'd just look around and not be feeling it, and then I'd just leave. I'd leave after like 10 minutes. So there's a few times that has happened. And sometimes just in general, when I'm not running anything, if I'm cruising or whatever, we all have off days. That happens. But lately I've been very consistent. But if you're inconsistent for a while, then you have to figure out what is causing that issue and get back onto just killing it in the gym. But there's nothing wrong with taking breaks. I've been doing this since I was fucking 17. Going to the gym 6 days a week, it's probably going to get tiring after a while. But find that motivation, whatever, keeps you going and focused, and continue doing it. My brother says I look like you. Well, your brother or you must be an attractive man. Is a pump better than sex? It feels like coming day and night. I'll tell you that much. Sometimes it is better than sex. I will agree. You're gnarly pump. You're in the gym listening to music. Your fucking biceps are bigger than your fucking head. Yeah, sometimes it is, but it's a hard one to beat. Yeah, if I could choose one or the other, I'm definitely choosing the gym. If you could have training sessions with one of the greats during their prime, who and why, I would definitely choose Arnold. I could learn a lot from him and how he trained, and I think it would just be fun talking to him. So I would definitely say Arnold by far. Should a teenager ever cut? Yeah, if they want. I mean, you guys don't need to, but if you would like to lean out or get shredded, whatever, then yeah, you could do a cut. I cut when I was 18 as a teenager. By the end of it, I was around 8% body fat, and my Johnson nearly didn't work that much, but I felt like shit. Fuck it, I kind of looked good, had a really big head, 165 pounds, and it was natural, so kind of looked like I was starving myself, as I was, but yeah, it's fun. Yeah, go for it. How many cc's of Tren of the Johnson tip will it take to look like you? About 1 gram a day. If you want to look like me, your tip's going to be in a pretty rough place, so suck it up. Wear a fucking dress, continue being a beta. I don't know what the fuck you want me to say. But if you want to look like me, you better fucking ramp up your dosages. 1 gram a day is not going to fucking cut it. You better take 7 grams a week total. Your tip better be fucking the size of a fucking grapefruit when you're done. Okay? You have so much fucking Tren pheromones. Every cat in your fucking neighborhood will come out to come find you. Alright? So you better do that. And it's going to take a while. It's not going to be one day. All right, it took a while to be fucking DTREN. If you want to be anything like me, you're going to have a fucking wild ride, cowboy. Not realistic terms. Most people, they took Tren. They're probably not going to look like me. They're probably going to look like them. So whatever their physique looks like. It's a lot more than Tren. It's a lot of training. It's a lot of eating. Gear too. Just being really consistent. I've been doing this training just in general every day for sometimes 3 to 4 hours a day, usually around 2 to 3 for 17, so 5-6 years, okay? And that's with and without gear. So it takes time to build a great physique. It does not happen in 3 months. How do I get my main Stacy back? She's with the beta Billy now. If I was you, don't even worry about her. Focus on someone else. If she's with someone else, fine, let her have it. But, as they say, don't go digging through the trash of what you already threw away. There's so much more women out there. Find one that, you like. It's pretty feet, nice cakes, nice hair, whatever. There's so many girls out there. Why put all your eggs in one basket? You know what I mean? Figure it out. Don't just focus on her. If she has another man, let them be happy. Fuck it. How to pull Stacy's at the gym. You walk up to him. Simple. You walk up to him and you talk to him. How else are you going to do it? Being 250 lean by itself isn't going to get the fucking job done. Okay? You have to go up to him and you have to talk to him. That's it. It's not that hard. And just don't be weird about it. Make it convenient. You can tell, very easily if a girl's into you. Don't even just go for a number that first time. Just talk to her, try to get to know her. And maybe ask for a workout. Ask to see if she'd like to get a leg day in or whatever. And make your moves, figure it out. Maybe you guys will hit it along, have a fun time, but fucking A, here we go again. That is usually how you'd approach a girl in the gym. Just don't be weird, just do it. Just go up to her and talk to her. You could approach a girl anywhere. Just because it's a gym doesn't mean you can't do that. Just be confident, believe in yourself, and don't take yourself too seriously. Just have fun. Might as well show what I'm eating. There's Spence right there. Fuck face. Got in trouble for rolling in the dirt this morning after getting a wash. Huh, Spence? What's going on? Why are you rolling in the dirt so much? He sits right here because he thinks he's gonna get something out of it. Damn, kinda looking a little thick right there. Trendoge. We've got some good case of Trenjow right now. But I might as well show what I'm eating. Togo sandwich, cherry lemonade, the Minute Maid version. Some baked chips. These are probably one of my favorites. Less fat, see? Some cutting. You know, it doesn't really fucking count. And for the sandwich, it's a large Parmesan, turkey and cheddar, extra toasted, no lettuce or tomato, pepperoncinis, pickles, onions, salt and pepper, oil and vinegar. Motherfucker. So you guys want to know what I'm eating? This is my first meal of the day. It's 1:40. I've been trying to film this fucking Q&A, but the goddamn camera was overheating, so now we are eating. And yeah, this is my first meal. And after this, I'll probably have like 3 to 4 scoop protein shake with milk, and then get ready to hit legs. God damn it. Getting back into training legs twice a week, past 2 weeks. So a lot of growth is gonna be happening with that. I'm super excited to get back into training. Training hasn't been this good in like fucking months. All right? I'm trying to look like this motherfucker right here. Oh, Spence. Yep. All right, I'll continue answering questions after this. I'm gonna show you guys my ducks really quick. There they are, look at them. They're probably a week and a half, 2 weeks old. You're all right, you're okay. You're okay. I have another duck out there too, like 15 chickens. Yep, baby ducks. My dad has a thing for them. That one right there is really scared right now. It's not really a big fan of humans. This one's a bit more accepting. Yeah, they'll be all right. Yeah. Now we're gonna finish this fucking Q&A that I've been doing all fucking day. Okay, goddamn it. All right, one question I see is, does any of your gear make your skin or hair feel and look different? Yes. Every compound, injectable at least, pretty much does change my skin to a certain degree. Sometimes it can make my skin softer, sometimes it can make it more rough. Like DTREN usually makes my skin a lot softer, more like porcelain. Like testosterone doesn't really change it a whole lot, maybe a little bit rougher. Primo made my skin very dry and lacking moisture, to the point that I could put lotion on my arms and they would still look dry. Like so they got so much to the point my hands were peeling on Primo, and so my hands were literally peeling. And lotion wasn't really doing anything for them. So Mastron makes my skin more like oil slicky, like kind of just more like a bit drier. But when I work out, I get this oil slick on my skin. Makes me look very shiny. My bench PR at 20 years old was 225 for 28, and after that I attempted 315 for 3. So that is the only time I've ever attempted anything more than 275 was when I was 20. I was on test DTREN and Anadrol, and I was feeling very strong that day, so I said fuck it. I went from the 225 for 28 straight to 315, and I got 3 reps, and then I went back down to 225 again and got like 20 more reps. And that was the last time I ever attempted that, so that was my bench PR. House tour vlog, do daily vlogs I would watch. Yeah, I'll definitely do some more daily vlogs. I mean, I'm in my house right now. I could definitely do more of those as well. Do you take creatine? Thoughts on it? I don't, but it is proven to work. I don't really notice it a whole lot because I'm on steroids, But if you're natural, it's definitely something that you should take. It will help you, without a doubt. Proven to have results. Any chance you could do another podcast with Dan, the bodybuilder from Thailand? Without a doubt. It's going to happen again, trust me. We've done, I think, 2 to 3 podcasts. We're going to do another one soon. I'll just message him and we'll set something up. You guys seem to love those. Peanut butter or almond butter, taste-wise? I've always been a fan of peanut butter. I used to eat it all the time, like every day for breakfast with my oatmeal. And my protein, I just throw it in there when I was bulking. What do you think the most effective D-ball dose and duration? I would say 10 to 20 milligrams for 6 to 8 weeks is solid with Dianabol. Lower dosages, I found with Dianabol work a lot better. You get a lot less of the estrogen conversion, and you still get the very strong anabolic effect with Dianabol without the excessive bloating and all the water that it puts under your skin compared to the higher dosages, like 30 to 50 milligrams. What do you feel sets you apart from the rest of the California, Texas influencer crowd? I would say what sets me apart from the rest is probably my passion for being in the gym and doing this, interacting with you guys. You know, of course, I'm a bodybuilder at heart. Even though I don't compete, I love being in the gym. I love training. I'm going to do it for the rest of my life, as long as I can. So I'll always be in the gym. I'll always be training. As long as that is solid, everything else in my life will be solid. And in return, you know, in terms of fitness, influencing, and talking to you guys, that is something I love as well. And I'm passionate about, and it ties in with bodybuilding and being in the gym. So I would say my passion and my willing to interact with my followers as much as I do is what sets me apart. You know, I try to talk to as many people as I can. And, you know, I'm never going to stop doing this shit. I'm always going to be in the gym. I'm always going to be making gains. I'm always going to be making content, you know, fitness related, sometimes not, you know, and I could always offer, you know, feedback. You know, if someone has questions, I'm always doing my best to answer them, you know. Well, having a cookie 1 to 2 times a week will impact the appearance if calories are accounted for. Definitely not. If you want a fucking cookie, like Rich Piana said, doesn't even fucking count. Doesn't count. I eat whatever I want all the fucking time. If I notice I'm not looking as good, you know, clean it up a little bit. If I notice, all right, I'm getting away with it, I just stay with what I'm doing. So don't take it too seriously. Don't stress about it. If you need a fucking cookie once or twice a week, unless you're on a show prep and it's your last few weeks, then go for it. Don't bust your balls for wanting to eat a cookie. Why did you switch compounds? Like I said earlier, Primo was not making me feel good mentally at all. The worst it's ever, out of any compounds, ever made me feel. And DTREN gives me really bad gyno now. I don't know why. I have to run like little to no tests with it, and bloats me up unless I run no tests. I slam a bunch of AI and Mastron, so I don't really want to do that. So DTREN, it's a fun compound. I like it. But it bloats me the fuck up a lot, and it really makes like my glands swell up in my nipples. So I'm not trying to grow some milkies, okay? I'm not trying to do that. So that's why I don't run those compounds. And especially with DTREN, I mean, I might run Primo again down the line. It was really good for my aesthetics. DTREN, on the other hand, I'm done for because I do not want fucking milkies, okay? I don't want them. Oh, my longest DTREN cycle was 20 weeks. 20 weeks when I was 20 years old. It was the common test DTREN anadrol cycle. I worked up to, I started out at like 500 test and enthate, 600 DTREN and enthate. Do not replicate this. And I ended up at 1200 test, 1300 DTREN, and 150 milligrams of anadrol per day, and this was probably for about 3 weeks, 2 to 3 weeks, over the 20-week span of the cycle. It wasn't very smart at all. It was not fucking healthy, but I did not give a fuck. I had nothing to lose, and I wanted to try it out, and I did, and it was fun, but it was not healthy. I felt like a fucking Terminator while also feeling like a girl on her fucking period. A girl on her fucking period, but I felt like a Terminator. I was very horny and needy 24/7, and it was probably a little bit scary looking, but it was fun. Good memories. but don't replicate it. It's not smart. Just because DTREN did 20 weeks of training this fucking Johnson tip doesn't mean you should do that as well. And do I regret it? Fuck no. It was really fun. That's when I hit my PR a few weeks into that cycle when I started the Anadrol. Made a lot of memories and a lot of dumb fucking decisions. Tren's one of those compounds that once you come off, you're like, man, I'm so glad I came off that. I made some really dumb fucking mistakes. Let's do it again. Let's try it again. I miss feeling like a degenerate. I miss feeling like a fiend. Like a fiend. I miss feeling it. And you do it all over again. You're like, I'm going to control it this time. I'm going to be solid. Nope. You make the same fucking mistakes you did every time before that. You get a bit better, but you still make the mistakes. Trends like the crazy bitch ex-girlfriend. All right, guys. I think that's it. Hope you guys liked the video. Thank you guys for watching. Time to hit some legs. I'm going to crush it with legs. It's a Wednesday. You know how it is. Yeah. Again, thank you guys for watching. Now I'm going to go fuck off some more. And maybe take a shower as I'm fucking sweaty and I smell like rubber tire. All right, until next time.